Okay then, so here we are and we're on. We are on and I can't find Zoom. Okay, all right, wonderful. So a very warm welcome to everyone. We were just chatting with a few of you and asking if you have managed to do some journaling since the last week's webinar. This series that we are doing, because today again, we will want everybody to journal a little bit. All of this we are doing because money wants the journey to get deeper. We have been sitting on the periphery. We have not been looking within enough. The finger keeps roaming outside too much. And so for that reason, the one thing, if you can just pick up, I keep telling everybody over and over again, just simply do the journaling. Journaling always takes you deeper, but here we are providing a little bit more help, a little bit more assistance so that you guys can do a little bit more deep clean. ये डीप क्लीन हो रहा है, आपके घर की सफाई का डीप क्लीन हो रहा है. So that is what is happening with these few sessions. I don't know how many there are going to be, but in each of these, Mani is simply just asking me to help you guys go a little bit more into the depths of our emotions. So last time when we had the session and I said to everyone, celebrate. There was this one question that came up from one of you, and you said, I don't know how to celebrate. Do I need to throw a party? Do I need to go out? Do I need to drink? Do I need to be with friends? I haven't celebrated much in my life, so how to celebrate? Well, there are so many things to celebrate, but whatever it is that makes you happy. So this is not something that goes with elaborate planning. This is not something that, oh, I need to celebrate now. Let me call my friends out. Let me treat myself. Let me go to a spa. This is not what the celebration looks like. Something just makes you happy. Something that just makes you happy in the very moment. So if it's a song that you want to listen to, if it's a little dance that you want to do to celebrate, the fact that you are celebrating is more important to be sitting in. That I am dancing right now because I am celebrating. So it's a very funny thing because when she asked, and she asked on a group and she didn't ask here. So I said, remind me. But thankfully, I remembered today itself. And when she asked, I said, you know what? I have a victory dance. I have a victory dance. And I do that victory dance for anything. So, for example, many of you people join Expect Miracles, and then let us say I have to have 6 participants. And now only 2 have come today. There are 6 participants and only 2 have come. I could be disappointed that array 6 participants are not attending, or I could simply look at it and say, Arey, mera kaam to jaldi khatam ho raha hai. So when I look at it saying, mera kaam to jaldi khatam ho raha hai, I only have to talk to 2 people. I don't have to talk to 6 people. I have to only talk to 2 people. And my work is done. Now for that, I can have the victory dance. And so this is my victory dance. Yay! This is my victory dance. And this is my celebration in every moment. And it could be something as silly as this. It could be something as easy as this. But the celebration is something that tells you to sit and enjoy a moment of happiness. And anything can be a victory if you want to look at it that way. Anything can be a defeat if you want to look at it that way. And so what are we celebrating? Whatever you are celebrating, let's do a dance. Let's go to the fridge and have whatever is in the fridge. Maybe a piece of dal. I don't know, maybe half a bowl of dal, but have it with the understanding that this is my celebration. This is not just dal. This is dal for celebration. So when you keep that in mind, then every small little thing, cute little thing becomes a celebration. Anything. So even dal will now call for celebration. That no, this is my celebrating dal. This is not the regular dal that I'm going to eat with food. This one bite that I took is a celebration. So everything but to remind yourself, I'm doing this because I'm looking to celebrate. So that was one question that I wanted to kind of chat about, because each time it's not about going out, it's not about drinking, it's not about the usual methods of celebration that we think. It is just to remind yourself that you are celebrating your own self. It doesn't even need a piece of chocolate. It could just be, as I said, I just simply sit over here and feel happy. This is my happy moment and I feel happy. And so you could do something just sitting where you are, doing what you do, but knowing that you are happy. That is the celebration. Okay, so anybody has a question from the last time? Anybody else has any other questions from the last time? I know that some of you had asked then and there itself, how much time to accept things for? How much time? And it immediately got me dandas. I mean, the person immediately got dandas. Only because the minute you start to ask, okay, for how much time should I accept this medal? Then you haven't really accepted the medal, have you? You take the medal and you be with it, and that is acceptance. And so you don't ask, how much time do I ask? How much time do I stay in acceptance? Okay, 3 minutes you stay in acceptance. What will you do after that? Come back to unacceptance. Then that means that you still are afraid of the emotion. It is not just a frequency. It is not just an emotion. You are still afraid of the emotion. That is why you don't want to sit in it. And we are here to remind you it's just an emotion. It is just your creation. So this is from the last time. Now today, Mani has another exercise. With this exercise, I want you guys, I know that many of you have been following me and have done the Expect Miracles program and have been clearing your energy field for quite some time. But for this exercise, for the purpose of this exercise today, start as if it's fresh. Okay, so even if you worked on something before, but you know that it was it was a very large event in your life, and that is reminded to you, or it comes to your mind. If it comes to your mind, simply go into it. We are going to go even deeper with today's exercise. So even if you worked with it, that is okay. You can still work with it again today. I am getting an incomplete kind of a question, which I don't understand. Hello, isn't the action irrelevant? When I asked after looking at the expectations question, no action taking, yes or no, came up. I couldn't see if action need or resistance to taking action. Okay. If you cannot see whether it is resistance to taking action, if you feel that you might have resistance, take the action. Do the opposite of what you feel. Simply go within into your deepest feeling. You will know if it is that you're still asking for action or no action, but you're weighing in somewhere or the other. So the action is irrelevant. I will give you an example of this, that the action is irrelevant. But still, if you think that there might be some resistance to it, or you want to check yourself, have you totally come into equanimity? Take the action. So when Mani told me that I needed to give my house away, and the house didn't belong to me. So I only needed to look at it to say, okay, the house doesn't belong to me. Should I give it? Should I not give it? I worked on so many layers of my own judgments. If I ask Sudhanshu, what will he say? He will say, Dimag kharab ho gaya, etc., etc. And then as he will say, so what will I do? What will I think? I worked on everything. And then my job was simply to go ask Sudhanshu. But should I even ask him or not? Because I have already worked with him. So now the action is irrelevant. I don't need to ask him. I don't need to see what he says. I don't need to. If he says no, okay, the house is going to be with me. But if he says yes, the house might go. What should I do? Because the action is irrelevant. And I said, if I've truly worked on myself, then I should have no fear. I should really have no fear asking Sudhanshu. And so I asked Sudhanshu. And then whether he says or yes, or whether he says a no, I would be in equanimity because action is irrelevant. And so there you go. From that space, he said, yes, okay, go ahead, give the house. And then also, I could have stopped. Okay, I've already done my job. I've already done everything. Why should I take the action? But I said, no, if I'm already so much in equanimity and the action is so irrelevant, then let me go ahead and take the action, because if I was operating from the mind, I wouldn't take the action. So what am I doing over here? I'm testing my fears. Have I really given up my fears? Or somewhere they're still holding that, oh no, I don't think I want to give the house away. But okay, great. Thank you, Manij. You made me work on it. No, somewhere within, in you, you will know what is the next step and whether there is resistance or not. Maybe in that moment, you're in equanimity. And so maybe in that moment, you don't take the action. But when you think about it again, after maybe a day, something will tell you what your place of, what your seat of emotion is. If it is fear, it will show it to you. And so then go ahead and do the opposite. Do the opposite. Be fearless. What will happen? Your pot will get empty of fear. That is what will happen. Okay. All right. So that was on the first day, a review of everything, that journaling that happened. Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Request for Hindi translation. Yes, will do. Okay. So हम अब आज का असाइनमेंट शुरू कर रहे हैं. तो हम सबसे पहले स्क्रीन शेयर करना शुरू करेंगे. सो गिव मी अ फ्यू मिनट्स. मैं तो हमेशा ही भूल जाती हूँ. स्क्रीन शेयर. Okay, give me a minute. There we go. सबको दिखाई दे रहा है? ओके. तो आज का हमारा असाइनमेंट जो है वो शुरू करते हैं. तो सबसे पहले, अच्छा ये तो पुराना असाइनमेंट आ गया. वी विल जस्ट सिंपली रन थ्रू इट. ये पुराने असाइनमेंट जो कि आप लोगों ने सबने अभी तक किए होंगे 4-5 बार. और ये रहा आज का असाइनमेंट. अब मणि कहते हैं, Have you made any sacrifices for anyone? क्या तुमने कभी भी किसी के लिए कोई सैक्रिफाइस किया है? अगर तुमने सैक्रिफाइस किया है तो देख जाओ और अब लिखो एक्टर्स के नाम जिनके लिए कभी शायद तुमने कुछ सैक्रिफाइस किया हो. और उस वक्त जबकि तुम सैक्रिफाइस कर रहे थे, तो उस वक्त तुम्हें क्या महसूस हो रहा था उस वक्त. कई बार हम अपने बच्चों के लिए, अपने हस्बैंड, स्पाउस, वाइफ, माँ बाप के लिए सैक्रिफाइसेस करते हैं. कई बार किसी फ्रेंड के लिए कुछ सैक्रिफाइस करते हैं. जो कुछ भी सैक्रिफाइस किया, कभी हम पैसे किसी को सैक्रिफाइस में दे देते हैं कि नहीं मुझे जरूरत है, तो तेरी जरूरत ज्यादा है. किसी के लिए भी अगर कुछ भी तुमने ऐसा कुछ किया हो, सैक्रिफाइस किया हो, तो देख जाओ. और वो उस वक्त पे जब तुम सैक्रिफाइस कर रहे थे, तो जाओ उस टाइम पर कि जब तुमसे पहली बार ये मांगा गया और उसके बाद तुमने दिया जो भी तुम्हें देना था. टाइम दिया, पैसा दिया, कुछ भी दिया. कई बार किसी और की खुशी के लिए लोग अपने बच्चे तक को दे देते हैं कि नहीं तुम रखो, तुम्हें ज्यादा जरूरत है, तो ये बच्चा तुम्हारा हुआ. होते हैं। तो ऐसा कुछ भी अगर आपने सैक्रिफाइस छोटा या बड़ा कुछ भी किया हो और अगर अभी आपको याद आ रहा हो तो लिखें। हैव यू मेड एनी sacrifices for anyone? Name the actors that you have sacrificed for. Emotions that you felt when you were sacrificing. As you think, right now, as you think of your emotions, now, when you look back, now what do you think of your sacrifices? Now, evaluate what expectations do you or did you have from the actor because of your sacrifices. जब तुमने किसी के लिए कुछ किया तो वहां पर तुम्हारी उनसे क्या अपेक्षाएं हो गई। बैठो और सोचो। ये भी ध्यान दो कि अब जब तुम अपने सैक्रिफाइस के बारे में सोचो, जो हो सकता है तुमने कुछ समय पहले किया हो, तो अब क्या इमोशन है। एंड ऑल्सो थिंक अबाउट what expectations did you have from the actor because of your sacrifices. मैंने तुम्हारे लिए ये किया तो तुमको मेरे लिए क्या करना चाहिए। कई बार वापसी में हमको शुक्राना की ही उम्मीद रहती है कि वो कितना ही शुक्रिया करेंगे, इसको भी हम एक्सपेक्टेशन में ही काउंट करेंगे। जब हम बैठ के सोचते हैं अपनी अपेक्षाओं के बारे में, what if the expectations were met, तब क्या इमोशन हुए। जब हमारी अपेक्षाएं जो उनसे बनी तो उसमें क्या इमोशन हुए, और जब हमारी अपेक्षाएं जो हमने उनसे रख दी वो नहीं बनी तब क्या इमोशन हुए। क्योंकि कई बार तो जिससे हमने अपेक्षा रखी वो अपेक्षा पूरी करेगा और कई बार तो नहीं करेगा। लेकिन आज ये समझते हुए कि ये सारी की सारी जो अपेक्षाएं हैं वो तो सिर्फ तुम्हारी अपेक्षाएं हैं। These are just your expectations. There is no reason they should be met. कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि कोई तुमको शुक्राना दे ही दे क्योंकि तुमने अपनी तरफ से कोई बहुत बड़ा त्याग किया उनके लिए। जरूरी हरगिज नहीं है। That is why there is no reason that your expectations should be met. Are you able to release your expectation of returns for your sacrifices? क्या तुम वो रिटर्न्स के लिए जो भी तुम्हारी अपेक्षाएं हैं कि मुझे बदले में ये मिलना चाहिए, मुझे बदले में इतना मान सम्मान मिलना चाहिए, मुझे बदले में इनसे प्रेम मिलना चाहिए, मैंने इनके लिए त्याग किया है। अगर वो आपकी अपेक्षाएं हैं, तो क्या आप अब ये समझते हुए कि वो मात्र आपकी अपेक्षाएं हैं, उनको क्या आप जाने दे सकते हैं? अगर आप जाने देंगे तो, अगर आपकी अपेक्षाएं अब नहीं हैं तो उंगली अंदर की तरफ आई है। और अगर आप नहीं जाने दे सकते कि नहीं, उसके लिए तो इतना किया, अब भी करता हूं, कर ही रहा हूं, रोजाना करता हूं, अगर आपने सैक्रिफाइसेस का ऐसे तांता बांध रखा है, if you are constantly looking at those sacrifices, then now look at the emotions that are being created when you think of your sacrifices. Going back to that step, the emotions that are being created right now when you think of your sacrifices. In the role of a parent, you are constantly sacrificing and you do it with joy. But what if your children, the ones that you have sacrificed so much for, what if they aren't there to give back to you the love that you think you should receive? This is simply your expectation. आपको सिर्फ अपनी ऊर्जा के घड़े के हिसाब से मिलेगा। भले ही आप कुछ भी अपेक्षा रखें, लेकिन मिलेगा क्या? जो आपकी ऊर्जा के घड़े में है। तो इसलिए एक्सपेक्टेशंस जो हैं, उनके हिसाब से क्या ही तो मिलेगा। Now ask yourself, are you able to thank the actors for bringing the awareness of these emotions to you? तुम्हारे सैक्रिफाइसेस से जुड़े हुए जितने भी इमोशंस हैं जो कि तुम्हारे हैं, कौन सामने लेके आया है? ये एक्टर जिसके लिए तुम सैक्रिफाइस करते हो। So now today, are you able to recognize and therefore thank the actors for bringing the awareness of these emotions to you? कई बार हमारे सैक्रिफाइसेस की लिस्ट लंबी होती है और कई बार बहुत छोटी। Wherever you sit, whatever you think, it is okay tomorrow. Maybe that you would think that you have to sacrifice something for someone. If so, what expectations are you going to hold? If the actor is a person, hug the person in the energies. If the actor is an event, hug all the persons you think are related to the event. If you can hug the person or all the persons, the finger has come within. If not, the finger is outside. Now, ask yourself this question. Ask yourself, what all are you missing out in life as a result of your sacrifices or your circumstances? What all are you missing out in life? Maybe you wanted to travel more. Maybe you wanted to be more free. Maybe you wanted to live life differently. Something doesn't have to be the full life differently. Maybe something is missing. If something is missing, put a list. Is it a result of the sacrifices or even just your circumstances? And when you think of all that you are missing, what emotions is it creating for you? तुम अपनी जिंदगी को पूर्ण रूप से नहीं जी पा रहे, कुछ ना कुछ मिस हो रहा है, कोई ना कोई कमी है। अगर ऐसा है, हो सकता है कि तुम कुछ करना चाहते थे और वो नहीं कर पाए। हो सकता है कि कुछ और तरीके से जिंदगी जीना चाहते थे और वो नहीं हो पाया। तो कुछ भी अगर ऐसा है, हो सकता है कि हालात ऐसे तुम नहीं कर पाए, आज नहीं कर पाए। हो सकता है कि 5 साल पहले तुमको ऐसा लगता हो कि नहीं, मुझे कुछ और चाहिए था और फिर वो नहीं मिला। शायद पैसे कम हो, तुम उनसे कुछ करना चाहते हो और फिर नहीं कर पाए। उसके बारे में अगर याद आता है तो याद करो और देखो कि इस वक्त पे उस बारे में सोचते हुए क्या इमोशन है। और अगर पुरानी बात है तो उस वक्त पे क्या क्या इमोशन थे। कई बार हम प्लान बनाते हैं कुछ और हो जाता है कुछ और। ऐसा कभी भी हुआ हो और आपको लगा हो कि लाइफ में कुछ मिस हो गया। कई बार हम किसी चीज की वेट ही करते रह जाते हैं और वो मिलता ही नहीं, और हम सोचते हैं कि मिस हो गया। हो सकता है कि आपने अपने ऊपर काम कर लिया हो, लेकिन आज जबकि काम करने बैठे हो तो फिर से देख जाओ। मे बी यू वॉन्टेड टू गेट मैरिड एंड यू डिडंट, मिस हो गया। मे बी यू वॉन्टेड टू गेट डिवोर्स्ड एंड यू डिडंट, वो मिस हो गया। मे बी यू वॉन्टेड टू हैव चिल्ड्रन, नहीं हुए, वो मिस हो गया। मे बी यू डिडंट वॉन्ट टू हैव चिल्ड्रन और हो गए, तो लाइफ में जो फ्रीडम था वो मिस हो गया। तो कभी भी ऐसा कुछ भी लगा हो तो बैठ के उसको देखो। ओके, लेट्स मूव फॉरवर्ड और अप। मेक अ लिस्ट of all the things that you need to build the life of your dreams. एक लिस्ट बनाओ अभी। तुम्हारी जो सपनों की जिंदगी है, जैसी तुम जीना चाहते हो, उसको जीने में और क्या क्या चाहिए वो एक लिस्ट बनाओ। Of all the things that you need, everything that you need to build the life of your dreams. और अब जैसा कि एनर्जी में होता है, do you recognize the frequency underneath this list? Can you recognize the frequency under this list? जो कुछ भी चाहिए, जो लाइफ है ड्रीम्स की, उसमें क्या क्या चाहिए, किस किस चीज की कमी है, क्या तुमको पहचान में आ रही है? द फ्रीक्वेंसी अंडरनीथ दिस लिस्ट. I take energy from Meenal. एक लंबी सांस अंदर और एकदम शांत. कुछ नहीं रिलीज नहीं करना, सिर्फ देखना है, पहचानना है. अभी तक हमने जो भी बातें की, सैक्रिफाइस के बारे में, ये त्याग किया, वो त्याग किया, और अब हमारी जिंदगी जैसी चल रही है उसमें ये चाहिए, वो चाहिए. देखना है सिर्फ, कुछ रिलीज नहीं करना, अपने इमोशंस को पहचानना है. जब हमें दूसरों से अपेक्षाएं हैं पूरी हो जाती हैं, तो कैसे इमोशन है, क्या भावनाएं हैं, पहचानना है. जब वो पूरी नहीं होती हैं, अपेक्षाएं हैं हमारी, जब पूरी नहीं होंगी तो क्या लेके आती है, उस इमोशन को पहचानना है. सिर्फ इमोशन है, खेल है. अब हम कुछ रिलीज नहीं कर रहे, देख रहे हैं कि हम दिन में कितनी ही बार कौन कौन से इमोशंस के साथ खेल जाते. तो अगला, are you able to accept all these desires, wants, goals as a frequency switch? As a frequency switch. आराम से दिन जा रहा है, किसी ने नई गाड़ी अपने सामने घुमाई और आपको उस नई गाड़ी का डिजायर हो गया कि अरे ऐसी गाड़ी हम भी ले पाते तो कितना अच्छा होता. क्या किया आपने उस मोमेंट में? विद दिस डिजायर, इट वॉज अ फ्रीक्वेंसी स्विच. Whenever you think of the desires, the frequency switches. जैसा भी दिन चल रहा है, वो फ्रीक्वेंसी से हटके हमको जब भी अपने गोल्स याद आते हैं कि अरे इस साल तो कम से कम भी तो 50 लाख रुपए कमाने हैं, तो आराम से जिंदगी चल रही है, आज का खाना खा लिया, आज की मस्ती कर ली, सोने का टाइम हो गया, और फिर गोल याद आ गया कि नहीं नहीं, 50 लाख कमाने हैं. क्या हुआ उस मिनट में? द फ्रीक्वेंसी स्विच्ड. जो भी फ्रीक्वेंसी थी उससे आपकी फ्रीक्वेंसी स्विच होके कौन सी फ्रीक्वेंसी पे आई? कमी की, अभाव की, लैक की. सो are you able to accept all these desires, wants, and goals as just a frequency switch? The day is going fine, everything is fine. I'm having a good conversation with my child. And then I think of somebody else's child who has just gone abroad for studying. And then I say, oh, I wish, I hope I can also send my child over there. And now, immediately, a goal is created. And as the goal is created, now you sit wanting to complete the goal, wanting to reach the goal. What has happened to your frequency? This goal has created a frequency to switch. So all of these are just a button, a frequency switch. Can you accept that these wants, desires, whenever they come, they just switch your frequency? They are a frequency switch. You understand the meaning of just being a frequency switch from here to here. That is how quickly we can switch the frequency. So now read these lines slowly several times. I am the vessel holding the emotions. I am the creator of these emotions. This is my experience of this moment. I allow this emotion. ये जो frequency switch हुई, this frequency switch, I allow this emotion. Why? Because it is just a frequency. It is just an emotion. And it is also okay for me to experience this emotion again. The frequency will switch again. And it is okay if the frequency switches. It's just a switch. It just got switched on. I can switch it off. मैं हूं वो पात्र जिसमें ये सारे के सारे भाव, सारे इमोशन रखे हैं. मैं हूं वो सृजनकर्ता, वो सृष्टिकर्ता जिसने ये सारे के सारे इमोशन बनाए हैं. इस क्षण में ये मेरा अनुभव है. I allow this emotion. मैं अलाउ करता हूं. मेरी स्वीकृति है इस इमोशन के लिए कि हाँ, ये इमोशन है, चलो देख जाते हैं, खेल जाते हैं इस भाव में. क्यों? क्योंकि इट इज जस्ट अ फ्रीक्वेंसी. मात्र एक फ्रीक्वेंसी ही तो है, मात्र एक इमोशन ही तो है. और हो सकता है कल को वापस आएगा, तो ठीक है, फिर भी दोबारा से अनुभव कर जाएंगे. मात्र एक इमोशन ही तो है. I am the vessel holding the emotions. I am the creator, the powerful creator of these emotions. This is my experience of this moment. I allow this emotion. It is just a frequency. It is just an emotion. It is also okay for me to experience this emotion again. Sacrifices को लेके भी तो lack ही create होता है. कुछ रह गया जो कि हमारे को अलग तरीके से करना था और हमने कुछ और किया. ये नहीं किया पर दूसरा कुछ और किया, किसी और के लिए किया. That also, when it doesn't fulfill your need, maybe your need is simply to get appreciation. But what if you created a sacrifice and you did not get the appreciation? Then what will happen? Lack is created. Lack के साथ साथ resentment, थोड़ा गुस्सा, थोड़ी नाराजगी उनसे जिनके लिए ये सैक्रिफाइस किया. तो ये सारे के सारे इमोशंस जो आपने अभी देखे, आपने अभी उनको देखा, सिर्फ देखना है कि अच्छा ये हम क्रिएट करते हैं. मेरे वेसल में ये सब कुछ भरा हुआ है. I am the vessel holding the emotions. So now, look at all your desires, wants, goals. Now, are you able to accept maybe some, maybe all those desires as a frequency switch? The next time a goal comes up, oh, I want 500 children in my school. Oh, I want to send my daughter to this college. Oh, I want my promotion in the next 1 year. Oh, I want this much bank balance. Allow, accept that all of these thoughts are simply acting as a frequency switch. And the frequency that they are taking you to is lack. Just allow yourself to play in lack. क्या हो जाएगा lack में बैठ के? You will just simply experience the lack a little bit. But because you know now it is a frequency switch, then you can shut off the switch. Shut off the switch after you can accept fully that it is just a switch. एक स्विच है, दीवार पे 4 स्विच हैं, दिन रात हम बंद करते हैं, खोलते हैं. All your emotions are just with the help of a switch. Not just these emotions, not just lack, not just through the desires, but every emotion now you can look at with just as, let me switch it off. I can switch it on and I can switch it off. So now switch on the switch of joy. How to switch on the switch of joy? Now sit and write. Fill in the blanks on this one. I am so happy that I am something. I am so happy. What is it that you're so happy about in this moment? Think of something. Experience the happiness. Experience the gratitude for that. I am so happy that I am. The line that is coming to me is, I am so happy that I am alive. I am so happy that I am alive. I'm experiencing life. Every moment, something new, something different. I'm experiencing. So I am so happy that I am, whatever you feel. And I am so happy that I have. I am so happy that I have. मुझे कितनी ही खुशी है कि मैं कुछ तो लिखें कि मैं ये हूं. और मुझे कितनी ही खुशी है कि मेरे पास ये है. And it is so beautiful that what comes to me, I am so happy that I have all of you. So that's what comes to me right now, that I am so happy that I have all of you. In my universe, I have all of you. And so now again to that last question, what are you ready to celebrate in this moment? Find something to celebrate right now. In this moment, I feel like a winner. I feel awesome because क्यों? इस मोमेंट में मैं खुद को कितना ही awesome महसूस कर रही. मैं खुद को कितना ही विनर, विजयी महसूस कर रही हूं. क्यों? रीजन लिखिए. Okay, everyone. Thank you, and I have you. That is why I am so happy that I have you. Okay. All right, now we go into the place of, I am not able to think of any sacrifices. Couldn't be more beautiful. Couldn't be more beautiful. Because when we think of some sacrifices, then we think that something else was to be done and something else happened. Yeah. A life was going to be different and something else had to happen. It is so beautiful that you are not able to think of sacrifices because you sacrificed a husband. If I think of it that way, then you sacrificed a husband. He had to go, and then that would create, like, this is not how the life was meant to be. But if you are not able to think of sacrifices, how beautiful it is, that peace of mind that you can sit in when you know that जो जैसे हुआ मेरे हाथ से हुआ पर ऐसे ही होना था. It is how it was meant to be. So when you can understand that fully, that everything that is happening in our lives is as it is meant to be, then that sacrifice, that weight of the sacrifice will shed. But today, we just simply wanted to, because normally when we talk about shedding and all, people get into a hurry to shed that weight. When I say, okay, now release that weight, now release that weight, then you get into a hurry to release the weight. So I am not telling you to shed the weight. I am simply telling you that you can simply be. In that space also, you can be. If you are feeling the resentment, okay, you can look at the resentment till you come to the place where you begin to understand by reading it many a times, by reading it slowly, saying, I am the creator. I created this, and so this is a frequency switch. I can switch it off. I can switch it on. I can switch it off. And that is how simple it is. The frequency will change, and something will become the frequency switch, and it will change the frequency for you. But you can go back and switch off that frequency. आराम से उसको अच्छे से देखने के बाद, उसमें अच्छे से बैठने के बाद, if you are sitting in regret, sit in regret. Experience it fully. Experience it fully. As in the present, I feel I have done something. I feel happy that I have settled some karmic debt from past lives. Some karmic debt from past lives. Please go watch my webinar on karma. Because when you think of a karmic debt, then it means that you have something, again, it is a weight on you that is sitting there that you need to now get rid of. You need to release something. But when you understand energy, there is no debt, there is no loan. It is an experience. So the way of looking at every experience changes. When there is a debt, there is a repayment. When we repay, we must have done something wrong that we now have to pay, that we now have to repay. Debt is a heavy word. Debt doesn't come like, oh, I took a debt today. No, we sit with debt as a heavy word. It has weight on our shoulders. It is a gift. Then it doesn't have sometimes a gift that won't have the weight on the shoulders. So it is a karmic gift that we are carrying with ourselves today. What is the karmic gift? If you are carrying energies of joy, then the karmic gift is that you will get to experience more joy because it is in your energy. Your energy gifts that joy to you. When you are sitting in the energies of sadness, it's in your energy, it's the karmic gift to you. Because it is in your energy field, that gift will play out to you. So then you simply take the experience and say, done with the experience. In the experiences, we don't have debt. It is just an experience. I go watch a movie. Do I get into debt? No, I just watch a movie. You see the difference? We're still going to experience, but we are not looking at it as I have to repay from old lives because I did something wrong. It is simply my energy at all times. And I was always walking every path. But the energy has the plan and you can only follow. So, how can you do wrong if everything is as per the plan that the energy has created? Then everything is as per the plan now. The plan can say, okay, now you will go and beat up somebody. But that's as per the plan. So look at this whole karma thing and let it go. Because in the energy, everything is in the now. There is no past, there is no future. The now is all there is. But if you fill up the now with the debt, now you have to repay. And if you fill up the now with, it's just an experience. Okay, let's move forward. Let's move forward. That is how it is. When we miss something, when we miss something, in what frequency are we in? I'm missing a person. Let us say the person is not here. What am I doing? I'm feeling the lack of that person. The frequency is lack. I miss the good old days when my children were small and they used to listen to me. I miss those days. They are not here. And there is a gap because they are not here. You are feeling the lack. The frequency of missing something is lack. The frequency of missing something is also sadness, right? When you miss, again, in this, the days are not there, the children are not there, the parents are not there, you're missing. There is a lack and there is sadness going with the lack. I am so happy that I found this way of ease and grace. Yes, wonderful. I have you. Last slide again, please. Okay. I can love all the outside actors and I can love me. Wonderful. Let me share. Let me see where the last slide is. Okay, here we are. Can you see? The slide will be here again. This webinar will be here again. You can take a look at the webinar. You might not need to do this every time because this is specifically about sacrifices. But every time, if you feel heavy about something, if you feel lack about something, then you can come over here. You will follow the same process. Wonderful. Okay, everyone, these webinars, they will go on for a few more sessions probably. In the meanwhile, the way to write the journal is as was given in the session 1. That would be the way to write the journal. So every day, as you are going through experiences, you will write the journal. We made it simple, now only 2 columns, and then you will simply sit in that space, look at those emotions and accept those emotions. Accept. Our own energy pot, we fully accept before we want to change anything. Okay, everyone. Lots and lots of love to all of you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank
Move the spotlight.
Thank you.
you.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank
Lots and
you.
lots of love.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Everybody, so much
Thank
fun.
you.